Brown, ABSeattle, with one of my favorite local bands, the Purrs.
Hello.
Thank you for being on the show. You guys have a new album coming out next week?
Next week, Tuesday.
Correct.
What's the title of that album?
It's called The Boy with Astronaut Eyes.
Which I've actually heard the album, and I think it's really good.
Thank you.
What I'm really surprised about is I started listening to the first song, and it's still the Purrs, but I know you guys as kind of more spacey, drawn out, good groove, and this one was, it just seemed a lot faster than a Purrs song than I remember. Was there any difference in
more
writing?
Of an edge, a little aggressive.
Yeah, a little bit more aggressive song than I remember you guys doing.
Yeah.
Y'all fast, Jim. Yeah.
That definitely is true. I was feeling aggressive that day. A little bit more manic. And I've had this string of more tension-filled songs that have been coming out a bit past couple years, and that was one of them.
So that's cool.
Yeah.
You used to or release an album pretty much every year, I noticed, but there's been kind of a long break between the last one, which came out I think 2010, and this one. Was there any reason, or was there any kind of change?
Yeah, there was we actually finished this record well over a year ago, and then we got signed to our little label, Finn, and they decided once you're on a label, you're at their release schedule.
Okay.
And their check cleared, and so we said, okay, well, if your check is going to clear, then we will, let you decide when that's going to come out, because at that point it's in their hands. And
they were signing a lot of bands, and they were releasing a ton of records, and we were trying to strategize in terms of when they were going on, when ours kind of fit, when we could get some proper focus. And
right.
So we basically picked the release date that it is, Tuesday of June 18th.
And you guys have a release show coming up in a Saturday from next?
Friday. Barboza, June 28th.
Okay. I will probably be there because it's a good bill. The band playing with
totally
you guys
badass.
is really good. I forget the name.
Shake Some Action.
That's it.
Yep, they're an amazing band. And then Daydream Machine from Portland. Some folks from Rick Bain in the Genius Position and the Upside Down play in that band, among others. And so it should be a really good night of psych rock.
Rock on. I know you are probably the newest member of the Purrs for the last few years. As a new member, and you guys, has the band changed at all, or the dynamic of the band changed at all, or is it pretty much kind of the same just with the new member?
It's totally different, actually, in a lot of ways. We've always been a band that sort of had some double vocal action going on, but not a lot. And nowadays, we've got this girl in the band who can actually hit notes and sing, but it's a female voice as opposed to the guy voice. So we've been trying to do things where it focuses more on girl, boy, answer back kind of stuff, and you basically have a new instrument when you have a female voice to play with. And we haven't had a female in the band for several years.
At least 7 or...
Yeah. She's actually Liz. That's her name.
I have a name.
I apologize for that.
She's actually the third. She's actually the third female who's been in the Purrs in the same position, which is rhythm guitar.
Okay.
And it's been really great to have a female back in the band. So
I think we drink a lot more too.
yes, she's also
She's really good.
She's really good at drinking.
My
And
first
guitar.
rehearsal, I had belched and spilled my beer and.
Oh, it was great.
And
Can I tell that story?
Sure.
I would love to hear that story.
So we're running ads in the Stranger, and we're like, and Craigslist, we're like, we really need a rhythm guitar player, right? And
we ran into each other at a bar.
So I'm at a bar. I'm at this bar at the green room at the Showbox in that bar, and a music store girl. That's her.
She works at American Music.
She works
that's
at
where,
American
where she used to. Yeah.
The Fremont one?
Yeah.
She's at Emerald City now.
Yeah. Emerald City Guitars.
So she's there, and I'm like, we've been looking for several months, and I'm just totally frustrated, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like, meh. And I'm like, hey, music store girl.
He literally
I literally said,
hey,
like a song.
I figured she's seen every single musician who comes through who's in the city, right?
I see her every day. Hey, music store
there, and so I figure at some point I'm like, do you know anybody who'd want to be in, an indie rock band?
I have to do
She
the
wasn't
impression.
asking. He wasn't asking her
This is-
directly. She
I
was
wasn't
just,
asking her because I figured she
This is
must
exactly-
get asked 1,000 times a day by every
I have to do my
dying
impression.
dude.
You're like, hey, music store girl. Purrs are looking for a guitar player if you know anybody.
He had a drink at the place.
that sentence seems just right. Yeah.
And she's like, totally, I'll do it. Actually, that's not what she says. She's like, yeah, whatever, I'll do it. So anyway, the point of the story is, so we gave her 3 songs, and she shows up. She comes bombing through the door, and she's like, can somebody give me a beer? And somebody gives her a beer, and then she immediately spills it, right?
Well,
Just knocks it over.
yeah.
And it's going
On an amp. On
And
somebody's
then she's like,
amp.
gets up to the microphone. She's like, "Bleh, there is no God." I'm just like,
You had to be in. There's no way you could
we
turn
hadn't even
that
heard
down.
note 1, and I'm just like, you are so totally fired.
You shot a video recently,
Yes.
and I've watched it a couple times. It's very entertaining. And it's
Thank
very
you.
good and a good song. Who came up with the concept and the idea, and where'd you do it?
Oh, that was Sandy. He used to live in my house.
Sandy Wilson.
Sandy Wilson. He lived in my house.
He was a wayward man.
He was
for
a wayward
time.
man, so he lived in the house of wayward people, which is my house.
And we've
I was
known him
one of
even
them.
a long time, even back
Yes.
before then when he played in the 0 Points. We used to play with him in his band.
And so he needed a place to live, and so he was living with us, and he likes us, and he's been doing videos for a couple other bands in Seattle. He's done the Maldives, and he's done
David's at Art Kingsbury.
yeah, those guys,
Couple Finn bands.
every beardo band, and whatever. And so he's like, yeah, I want to do video, and so we got Finn to actually write a check for that. And we filmed it at this weird abandoned hospital down
Very creepy.
Des Moines.
in Des Moines.
It was once operational in the 80s, and since then it's left. And
All
it's
they
there?
use it for movies now. And
Oh, really?
there's actually still blood stains on the beds in
it's
the
not
rooms.
real blood.
Oh, well.
It is real piss.
What about
Remember that?
the pad on the wheelchair?
So yeah,
pulled out-
there was a room filled with wheelchairs down there, right? And
was
and
like-
Liz grabs a wheelchair. She's like, "All right, we're on wheelchairs." Sweet.
I'd never been on a wheelchair before. I was
Yeah,
like,
so
this is my chance.
So then she picks up the pad, right? And oh,
It
there's
was like
all
a-
these urine crystals on the underside, all white and just streaky. And we're
disgusting.
like, yeah, it's totally. And so Sandy had this video idea for a hospital scene, so sort of like an obvious cartoonish version of an operating scene where somebody pulls out
Objects.
things that are objects.
From the perspective of the
Sa-
patient.
Yeah, Sandy Wilson wrote the whole concept.
He storyboarded it out. He sent it to us, and we were
It
like,
was all
"That's
his-
great."
it was all
Pretty
his idea.
funny.
And then we showed up, and there were a few extra things in there that we weren't quite expecting.
Yes.
Did something like that take a whole day, or does it take
It
a
takes
a
weekend,
whole day,
yeah.
or
It was
Yeah.
one full day.
We got there
For
like,
shoes.
And a staff
Okay.
of about 10 other people.
it was
It
like
was
6
pretty
in the
wild.
morning till 7 at night.
You got free pizza.
Like bam bam. Yeah.
No, it's just nice because sometimes it's like, oh, check out our new video. I'm like, okay, and it's a video, which is great. But I mean, the production was just amazing. I was like, where the hell did you guys end up with this?
So
These
we
people.
have a bunch of lower production videos that are going to be hitting out pretty soon too.
Oh,
Yeah.
awesome.
I've
That's
been doing a bunch of home movie sorts of things.
Okay.
Trying to do more of that because it's actually a whole shit ton of fun.
Rewind it a little bit. Sorry, I didn't ask this. Where did you guys record this album?
Where did we record?
We recorded it like all of our others at your place, except for the drums. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so-
drums were recorded at Conrad Uno,
Yeah.
Egg Studios.
Egg
Egg Studios,
Studio.
great studio.
Yeah.
all live.
Then
Oh,
we-
really?
Yep.
And then we did all the extra tracking over at Jim's place, and then we took it to Avast with. No, we went to
Johnny-
Electric
We
Create
did Electric Create
with
for this one.
Johnny Sangster mixed this record again, and then
God.
RFI. Yeah, he did a great job,
He did a
and then
great
Ed
job.
Brooks at RFI mastered it.
Okay. And you guys are going on a pretty, is it a month-long tour?
2
No,
weeks. I
just
wish it was a
4
month.
weeks.
Just
but-
2 weeks?
Yeah.
The dates look like they went.
They do.
Maybe
We
I
aren't
had, like,
taking a
the-
break.
the
We're not
wisdom
taking a
Pretty much
break.
14
minimized.
straight days of gigs, so
14 straight days? You guys still like
Something
touring,
like
or
that.
are you kind of like.
Fuck yeah.
We don't tour enough, and
Yeah.
I am looking so forward to this. We
Big time.
really need this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you gonna-
It's like vacation. And it's hilarious. It is.
Will this be a warm-up tour for like something on the Midwest or East Coast, or are you gonna
Yeah, we're
just
doing,
see what happens
we're doing
with this?
California and Vegas, the West Coast tour, and then in the fall we're going to New Orleans to play.
We're playing the Voodoo Festival.
Voodoo Festival.
It's on Halloween weekend.
Yes.
Oh, that's
in
gonna
New
be
Orleans.
pretty awesome.
Dia
Big
de los Muertos.
stages.
But yeah, there's not going to be a lot of like touring is something we really enjoy doing, but it's hard to make economic sense of it. It's even if you're okay with losing money, it's still such a gargantuan amount of money to lose that it actually cripples your quality of your life if you extend yourself too far. And though we'd love to do it, it's
almost not
I mean,
worth it.
gasoline
but it
is like
still is.
ridiculous.
That's what sucks these days.
I mean, gasoline. I mean, I know it sounds really stupid, but like gasoline is super spendy, and you know, a lot of these bars, you don't get a crap ton of money, and
You do it because you love it.
we do that, and that's why we do what we do. I mean, we yo-yo up and down the 5, 2 weeks a year, or maybe sometimes twice a year, or whatever. But it's really hard to like get over the mountain, get out to the Midwest. I mean, basically, you come over that mountain, it's Spokane, a little bit something to do in Montana, and then there's nothing until like what?
Oh, Minnesota,
Chicago?
I think, or something like that. Yeah.
I mean, there's some stuff going on in Milwaukee or in Madison, whatever. But I mean, those are long hauls, and it's kind of weird. And then the border crossing going up into Canada, you can pretty much count that whole. And there's a beautiful city right up there that any band could play if they could just get across the border. But there's always some hassle with that. But it's really tough to go east, and I love going out there. It's just really hard to get out
We've
there for us.
flown out many times to the Midwest or the East Coast for a show or for two shows.
Yeah, we've done.
And you know, you figure the cost for the flight to get out there, the hotel, renting gear, and everything. You know, for each band member, it's about $200 per song.
Yes, that's what it was. It was insane. I mean, it's like, are you kidding me? It's like, you know, and you get to play like 7 songs.
It's time for 6 out of 60.
Okay.
All right.
Me?
Yes.
60.
60. What is the weirdest gig you ever played?
All of them.
What is the weirdest gig we ever played? We haven't had that many weird ones.
The Vogue? Way back, like 12
That
years
was
ago.
pretty weird.
Um,
So yeah, we played a cross-dressing party at the Vogue in Capitol Hill. Does that count as weird?
while we were playing, people were...
It's not that weird. I
Depends
mean,
on
not
who you
around
ask.
here.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess when you're playing and you're seeing people climbing up poles, literally 30 feet to the ceiling, and then spinning down, and twirling down them while we're on this very elevated stage.
Yeah.
That was-
It's like your own little Circus Soleil.
And we did Seafair, and there was like
yeah.
I got into a fight with this guy dressed up as a salmon while we were playing. Does that count?
Yes, that one does count.
I know
Did you
there's,
go into
I
more
know there's stuff
detail,
we're not
or-
thinking about.
What?
No. I don't
No,
want
you're
to.
like-
Who instigated that?
Because I was kind of hoping to get another gig at Seafair if they're. Love Seafair.
I'll take number 11.
Number 11. There's only one Elvis that matters, Presley or Costello.
Wait, is this a true or false? Or-
No, this is there any Elvis that has a little bit more?
There's
In your heart,
Elvis. I like him.
I
Like if you had to choose between the two of them.
For me, it'd be Costello.
You know, I could see both, honestly. I think a lot of my roots kind of come from the Presley thing, but then the Costello thing. Later years, I've kind of gotten to appreciate him more. So yeah, I'd say equal. Different apples and oranges. That's my answer.
Makes sense.
Just say Elvis is the king.
Yeah, 33.
33. My parents think I.
Oh wow. That's a good one. I think my parents are proud.
What do they think? Though?
Well, I don't know. I think they're proud, and here's why. I quit college
Right.
to get a job.
I dropped
They went in the
out.
Christmas
To get
newsletter.
a
there you go.
job. I quit college to get a job at a music store, and then I got married and divorced twice, and I played in a rock and roll band. But they were proud of me.
That's awesome.
But what's the
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
part? My parents think.
Oh, they think they probably think I'm crazy, but at least they're proud of me.
They,
I know
Good
that.
answer.
can we talk about gigs that weren't related to ours?
Totally.
'Cause
It's all about you guys.
Oh,
so.
I
she
have
has
a
a
good one.
wonderful story
I have a good one.
about this gig with the lactating fan.
Yes. Okay. This is great. So, an old band I played with, this band called Ruby Dee and the Snake Handlers. They're kind of rockabilly, western swing. They're actually out of Austin nowadays, but still kicking ass and doing their thing. So, back in the early days when I was in the band, we did this whole kind of south, like tour through the south and southeast, and we stopped in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and played at this place called the Mercury Lounge, I believe. And it was one of those gigs where we played the whole night, 4 hours worth of material, and happy hour started at 2 p.m. The same people that were there at 2 p.m. were there till 2 a.m. Like, I kid you not. This one woman, googly eyes, lots of makeup, just crazy. She was there the whole time, and about halfway through our third set, probably at midnight, she's like getting all crazy and dancing and like grabbing every guy by the pants and just trying to grind up on them, and then she takes, so they're like not having it, so then she comes up to us and she's like shaking her boobs in front of us, and she like pulls her top down and she's showing us her boobs, and we're like okay. And so then she's like, I'm lactating, and we're like, what? She's like, I could squirt you from here. and we're like, and so then Jorge, our lead guitar player, like ducks down behind this little barrier.
Shields up.
Yeah. And then so she grabs our tip bucket, which is one of those like
Bucket?
Costco, like, those Costco ice cream tub things? Like, it's like a flexi plastic
Okay, yeah.
tub. So she grabs this bucket.
It's got money in it. It's
Yeah,
a
it's
tip
got
jar,
her,
right?
it's got like $11 in there or something, and
Hit bucket.
it's a tit bucket.
It's about to be
So
one of those.
She's gonna make a
So
milkshake out of it,
so
right?
she takes the bucket and she like puts her boobs in it, and she's like pinching it around her boobs, and she's like, oops, sorry, she's like jiggling them around, and she's like, I just lactated. and so we finish the night, and Ruby's going to count our tip money out, and she's like, oh my god, like it was like wet, like she seriously squirted milk in her bucket, and we had to like go back to our hotel room, those like air vents, like the air conditioner units that they have at the
Oh yeah.
bottom of the window.
Oh yeah.
You like turn the dial, so we had to lay out all the bills on the vent just so like, and put it on low, like so.
How'd the hotel room smell?
Really good.
Smelled like baby's milk.
Roll the die.
15.
15. Better music. Was it made in the 70s or the 80s?
70s.
Think so?
Yeah. Although there was a lot of good music in the 80s too. I'm not one of those people who have a favorite year or anything. I think there's always good music being made.
It's true.
I gotta say 70s. I think
I think
Trump's
70s,
80s.
is a little bit more rock.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
There's
I
some
mean, you
terrible
had-
rock in there too.
You
Yeah.
got some great, bands out of the New York scene, television. There's just a whole lot more originality bubbling.
Number 1. What is your favorite rock doc? Or do you have a favorite rock
Oh,
documentary?
that's a tough one.
Oh, documentary.
Yeah.
What do you
Sorry.
mean, like the guy who
Your
supplies
favorite
you
doctor
eardrums?
of rock. Dr. Johnny Fever.
Love.
Like your favorite rock documentary.
It sort of changes for me, but lately, I know this sounds stupid, but the more horrible scenes and some kind of monster have been like sticking in my brain lately. I don't know why. Have
The
you guys-
Metallica one?
The Metallica one.
Okay, yeah.
It's really painful. Have you guys seen this?
Yes.
It's one of the most painful things. And the Lemmy documentary came out.
That was pretty good.
Was it
very good.
2 years ago?
Yeah.
That was
Awesome,
great.
That one pretty much touched my soul in multiple ways, and I'm not even a Motorhead fan. Like I like a couple tunes, whatever, but just watching that iconoclast kind of dude, just totally
Living hard. but
Yeah,
rock
but
it.
he's
knows how to
so
do it.
okay with himself.
Yeah.
He's probably the most well-adjusted rock person I've ever seen a long interview with.
Yeah, that was one
And
of my
he's
favorites
sweet.
too.
He's a sweet, horrible human being.
When we go to LA, I'm gonna find him.
He's not even. Or I mean,
He'll be at the
He's
Rainbow,
He's got
won't
some
he?
terrible
Yeah.
qualities for
Well-
sure. Come
We're
on,
gonna go to the
he's got
Rainbow.
like 30 kids and
We're gonna hang out with him.
multiple
yeah, but
diseases.
he's on tour when we're gonna be there, which
Oh
sucks.
man.
Did you guys
Anyway,
see last
that's
day's
my personal opinion. I don't know what these guys think, but that
Well,
Lemmy show was killer.
Dig is
Yeah.
definitely one of my
Oh,
favorites.
yeah,
Dig. It's a great
You
one.
can't. But I saw one recently that slayed me that I was just not expecting. Last Days Here, a guy from Pentagram.
I don't know that.
Have you? It's like some
Tell me about
unknown.
What are you saying? Pentagram's unknown, man.
Okay, you tell us. Did
Yeah.
you see this?
I
Did you see this documentary? Rockumentary?
I think I did see that one.
It's unbelievable, and it's a roller coaster in terms of like seeing some guy. Basically, it was this hard rock band from the early 70s, 71, and a lot of labels were thinking this was the band to like fill the gap between the Sex Pistols and Led Zeppelin, and they had all the
quite a gap.
opportunities, and they were just amazing, but they, had some really unfortunate things that happened to them, and there was a lot of interest in getting this band going back again, and I can't get into details, but it's just a hell of a roller coaster ride, and I highly recommend it.
I will actually check it out. I love rock docs.
Book-wise, Please Kill Me
Please Kill Me.
is the best, I think, book.
I was really into that Flaming Lips,
Fearless
Fearless
Freaks?
Freaks.
Oh
movie.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was a good one
Fact-
too.
Well, yeah, when I was a wayward.
Yes, she
Soul.
was in the Wayward Home with,
Yeah.
with my house as well.
Oh.
Yeah. So I was in between. I basically like
Anybody out there in
left my.
blog land, if you're all wayward and you
scene.
need a place to live,
Yeah.
just
So yeah, like I would actually get up extra early, and like you would be up working before. Like you worked out of your.
He gets up
home.
very early.
Oh yeah, he like runs Green Lake every morning at what 6 o'clock
Yeah, 6.
every day. Like you freak.
no matter how
Fearless.
drunk.
Yeah, you fearless
But
freak.
we
So, yeah.
we had this rock documentary,
Rock and roll breakfast.
rock and roll breakfast thing going on where she'd get up and I'd put in a DVD of whatever came in Netflix the night before, and one day it was Fearless Freaks, and
Which happened to be the day that the
That
Flaming
we-
Lips were playing at the Puyallup Fair.
right. Oh yeah, because
And we all went down there together, and
yes, I forgot about
it was like I didn't really know much about the Flaming Lips at that
Shows
time.
are awesome.
Yeah,
but
and
that documentary is
that,
killer.
that changed my life. Like Wayne is a freaking like he's like the most genuine. Like he's up there with Lemmy for sure. Like he's this, like this a sweet soul. Like
Totally
I mean, from what I
damaged.
gather, just what's that?
And totally damaged.
Totally damaged. Like
There's
but-
the Luna
Oh
documentary.
yeah.
that was
There's a
good
lot
too.
of
good
Their
documentaries.
their last tour. Yeah.
Did you guys ever see that one?
The Luna one? I have not.
That's another really great and
Tell
heartbreaking.
Me Do You Miss Me?
Tell me, do you miss me? Yes.
I just watched the Mudhoney one.
Oh, I
That
haven't
was
seen
pretty
that
good.
one.
I forget what it's called though.
I'm now.
What was it?
I'm now.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah.
I
I think it
haven't
was like
seen
2
that
weeks ago. It was really good. Do you have a favorite?
What's yours, fave? What's your fave, Craig? Come on. You've seen more of them than any of us.
Yeah. we just watched the
Is it-
Woody
is it-
Guthrie
that was a
Guthrie
good
one. It's pretty good. I don't know. There's too many to list.
That's fine.
What's the next one?
Well, there's some good ones, man.
23.
What are your real thoughts on the banjo?
I would,
Very random. I told this.
funny you asked me that. And I would actually love to learn how to play the banjo. I know Jim would hate me to learn how to play the banjo, but I actually would take that opportunity if I got it.
You never went to a bluegrass phase or nothing?
I have a very good friend from high school who is a killer banjo player. Hi, Randy. Yeah, I hate the banjo. Sorry, dude.
Love you, Randy, but I hate the banjo.
Well, I want to thank you guys for being on the
Yeah.
show.
Thank you for
I
having
really
us.
appreciate it. I can't wait till everybody hears the album. And that's all. And AB out.
Bye. Thank you.